Hello, everyone. It's me, your host, Gregory. Welcome to another episode of the Off the Rails podcast. Thank you, everyone, once again for your patience. It's not the easiest thing to balance full time work, full time school, and then gym, some things that I like the gym, and trying to enjoy life as well aside from the gym. But anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. If you download this episode, I appreciate if you have downloaded the previous episodes. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot more than you think. Even one, it's amazing to see. I appreciate everyone who even gave it a shot, even if you didn't like it. Thank you for trying. I've been trying to get better and better with it. Sometimes, of course, we do not have a consistent place to record it every single time, so that can be a bit tough as well for all of us. Today, I'm here on my own again. Your fellow co-hosts were a little busy this week, and I was a little busy as well with some other school stuff and work stuff as well. But I appreciate everyone's patience. Really, I hope that sooner or later I'll have a more structural schedule, so I can upload videos, the podcast videos more often, do some cool shorts and funny shorts with some friends, make some really cool slash funny dumb stuff that I'm really excited about. Have many plans for it. But of course, when time is a bit thin, stretched thin, it can definitely be tough to do those things. But I'm blessed and grateful to have at the time to do them. Period. So today I wanted to talk about something a bit more personal. Of course, when it's just me, I try to make it a bit more personal, a bit more serious. maybe I'll also try to be funny as well, but definitely more serious than compared to when I am with my co-hosts. So, of course, in my mind, there's a lot of things I would want to talk about. But one is just how sad the world nowadays is. I know you probably will hear this a lot. You've heard it, probably will hear it for the rest of your life, maybe. And it's sad because, people say, oh, life is unfair. And I've said this before. I don't believe life is unfair. I believe life is not exactly fair to everyone. Some people are born taller, shorter, skinnier, bigger, and all those factors can contribute to how someone may be treated, seen, and it may impact their whole life, their mental health, their physical health, present, past, future, all of it. That is the part that I believe can be considered unfair. But when you look around and you see, like, oh, this person is working really hard for this job and not getting the raise, not getting paid what they're supposed to, being treated like an animal, even though that person works hard. And people who might be listening, they might be like, well, life's unfair like that, man. And I'm pretty sure I've said this before too. I think it's ridiculous on how people think that they can just use that excuse to just excuse the sad reality that we've made for ourselves. Yeah, life's not supposed to be easy, but to so many people living out there, it's not supposed to be that hard. Like, it should be, if you work hard, yes, you're gonna fail, yes, there are gonna be many challenges, but with the way things that are now for most people, I dare to say, in the world, it's our choice. It's been our choice to create a society that works in such a way. And I think it doesn't help when we allow that excuse of life is unfair to be so strong and just kind of almost erase any meaning that that problem may have, or that someone's issue, erase any meaning that someone may have with a certain issue that happened in their life. Let's say something happened to them and they are it's getting a bit annoying, sorry. And let's say they are struggling with something, but to you it may not be as big because you've seen a lot worse, or maybe you think you've dealt with a lot worse, and you just say, well, life is unfair, I deal with it. Even though that, I can see how that can make sense, it's kind of unfair to that person, that that person that did not live the life that you did, and they may be complaining about something really stupid. But what if they aren't? What if they have a genuine problem. Because to them, that's a problem for them. It may not be to you, but it is for them. And you just taking away any pain or any meaning that problem may have from the person from just saying that. I think it's kind of disgusting, honestly. It's really sad too, to be completely honest with you, that you can just throw away someone's feelings or their thoughts just by saying that. People out there really struggle with things that you may not, or vice versa. And yeah, it may be tough to understand how certain things can be a problem, but it should not just default to, oh, life is unfair, deal with it. It's not fair to anyone, because then if you say that to someone, that means that you'd be fine if someone told you that, which means that you're kind of almost wired to believe that whatever problem you may have, someone may have it worse, so your problem is not a real problem. And then one thing leads to another, and sometimes the worst things can happen. Sometimes the person may choose the worst things, and you may think they might be weak for this or weak for doing that, or choosing to do something like suicide. But you know what's really sad? That I read a study a while back stating that most people that actually commit suicide don't want to. Imagine how scary that must be. Like, one thing is you want to do it and you just do it. It's still extremely sad, but to me, another thing is you wanting to live, but not seeing, and that's what it said on the article. Like they want to live, but they just don't see a way to get out of a certain situation that they're on. And you could say, oh, it could be easy to get out, but maybe not for them. And mental health is tough because it's personal, it's a human mind, and it's a really complex thing. But still, I've been to situations where I could see where I would think that there would be no way out. I would never even consider doing something like that. But I think I can at least relate to feeling that feeling where you feel like you don't have any other way out, or the way that you have out is the way that people have been telling you is the way out, and it just feels like it doesn't feel like it's a way at all. And it's just so sad. Someone who wants to live, they want to fight, they've been fighting for a long time, but then even everyone just they meet their limit to the point where they don't see any motivation, they don't see any help, they don't see any improvement in anything. Like, imagine failing multiple times and being the strong person that continues to move and move and move. Let's say you're friendless, or you don't have any real connections, you feel lonely, you feel out of place, feel like you don't belong. You keep trying your best but keep messing up. That's tough, and I've been there multiple times. Still am every now and then, on a much lighter note, of course, but it's tough. It can be a really tough world out there, and sometimes you think, oh, maybe me saying hi to this person may bother them. Yeah, and they may give you the dirty look, and they're an asshole for you just saying hi to them. But you know what? There's people out there where sometimes you just saying hi to them, just being nice to them, just saying something, complimenting them on, like, oh, hey, nice shoes, that can mean the world to them. For all you know, that could save their life. Or it can just make a real awkward situation for you. But I think it's worth the risk, in my opinion. It's so sad. Like, and I keep saying this until the day I die. The educational system here in America is garbage. Now, it's not perfect anywhere else, absolutely not. But come on, dude. Even even news outlets that I wouldn't expect to say something like that, like Fox News. I took a picture while I was working out at the gym, and it was like, I think the title read something like "Americans are losing faith in the educational system." It's like, yeah, no kidding. When you have something like OnlyFans where people can just leave high school and just post their naked pictures or pictures of their feet and earn more in a year than what many doctors may earn in like 10 or some even in their lifetime. Why does it make sense to go to a place for 80 years, pay a couple maybe tens of thousands of dollars to be in debt, to then have a possibility of getting a job that many people, a good chunk of them, don't even get a job that they want after college. They got to get in just any job, a solid job, to pay for their loans. And with this economy, with how everything just skyrocketing, and with a culture that is not really famous for people living with multiple generations or even with their parents, because their parents sometimes just want them out. How can you expect to be happy or successful in a place like that? Yeah, there's the grinding mentality, which can be good in a way. Like, you work hard to get what you want because you have to deserve it. Absolutely. Like, I recently saw this story on the news where this guy worked 3 jobs, went to college full time, and I think he got a master's degree while taking care of 2 kids. It was something like that, and people were praising him, and he's like, "Yeah, that's freaking amazing. That's incredibly just the mentality of the person to keep going, even though it was probably living hell. That's really honorable. But imagine the hell the person went through. Imagine how much it messed up with their mind physically, like how it messed up with their body physically and their mind mentally. That person's probably, like, potentially in a could be in a pretty bad place in terms of both physical and mental health. Like, making that, like, praising that is great. I think the person deserves the praise. But making that like the normal for people, 3 jobs or 2 jobs, working full time or taking care of 2 or 3 kids, it was something like that. Something crazy like that. That should not be the norm. That should not be the norm. It absolutely should not be. It's just ridiculous to me how people say, "Oh, this is motivation." Yeah, but you shouldn't encourage people to think that that's life. That's not living. You know how many people would just incredibly struggle to survive, or even if they do, like this person, this amazing dad, single dad, by the way. Imagine how many of them would leave with just like in a horrible shape, mentally or physically. Like, I don't care how much money you have, if your physical and or mental health is messed up, you're not gonna be able to enjoy that money. Rich people, billionaire or millionaire celebrities, still use drugs, use still abuse alcohol, still tend to commit suicide, overdose. And to me, when I was growing up, that didn't really make any sense, because to me, what I was told by society was always like, "Oh, get the money, get this, get that, and then you'll be happy." Then you see all these celebrities, like, you're still using drugs and alcohol and everything like that, which I'm not judging them. Like, life can be tough for just about anyone. But when I was a kid, I wouldn't expect that to be the thing. I would expect them to be smiling all the time, not using any drugs, no alcohol needed, just being happy and living their life. But it's not like that. And it's scary. Once again, it's another scary thought to have, that even when you're high up there, it can still be, it can still feel the similar feeling to how you might be feeling right now. And then you might be asking yourself, then what the hell do I do to be happy? What do you do? And then jobs not paying people enough, where they definitely can pay way more. Some jobs can definitely pay way more or treat their employees better. They treat them like shit, dude. I've been there multiple times. I hear about it almost all the time, and it's sad. I'm glad to work in the place that I do right now. But man, the stories I hear, the stories I've been part of, it's just insane and humane to treating people like certain people do. Inhumane. It's sad, and I want to try to change that. And of course, maybe I'm not trying hard enough. There's always things that I know I can improve. I can be more consistent with uploading things on Twitter and Facebook, and I can try a bit harder. Of course, and I'm trying. I'm trying, and I'm not gonna give up on trying, because I know eventually I'll be able to. But I just want to make something. I want to make a change, even if it's a small one. I just want to try to make a change. Sometimes I wonder if it's even gonna make a change. Like, is this recording, is anything I do gonna even hit big? And then it's like, I want to do this. I don't want to start streaming because I think I'm gonna get tons of money. I believe I can, but it's something that it's almost like the life I've been living, where so many things happen. Like I try, and then it's just it doesn't always work out. It, I just have a feeling that life's been trying to tell me that I'm meant for something else than that, and that's what I've been trying to believe in, because that is what I want to do. That is what I believe I can do good. Sometimes you may not believe in yourself that you can change anything. That you believe like, oh, you would just create the criticism in your head of the future, but that's just you in your head trying to protect yourself from hurting. Because they're definitely gonna happen. People are gonna criticize me, absolutely, 100,000%. Misunderstand me, absolutely. I have no doubt about it. But I don't want to give up. You know, because once I believe that everyone around me believed me as much as I did, if not more. But actions always speak louder than words, don't they? So yeah, sometimes you'll feel like you're the only one that believes in yourself, and it's gonna be the most lonely thing, especially when you're not someone that is alone physically. Like if you have people around you, if you have friends, and it still feels that way, man, it can suck because your brain might struggle to understand why that even is. Like, why am I feeling this way with people around me? But that's how it is. Yeah, I think it's also a way of life telling you, if you don't believe in yourself, don't even bother. Because if you're expecting other people to believe in you and then that's going to make you believe in yourself, don't even bother with trying, because you're not going to be able to make it with a mentality like that. It's tough, man. It's really tough. People expecting you to be something that you're not. Keep trying to find something to do something, but it never seems to work out. It sucks. But you just gotta believe. Like, you're gonna hear this a lot too, but you just gotta keep going. Just make a belief in your head that will help you keep going. It'll be worth it in the end. And if you die before you think you accomplish anything, at least you died believing in something. At least you died trying. Try to change yourself, try to help other people. You tried, man. Some people don't even bother. And I think so many of you may be able to relate to that. I have a couple of things to do today. Some school stuff, some other personal project stuff that I hope to be done by the end of the year. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the rest of today, even. I have no idea. No clue. I just hope for the best. Sometimes it feels like I'm chasing a miracle. Or I'm hoping for one, asking for one with everything I already have. Life has not always been easy, but other people have less. Many people have less. So I'm trying to be grateful for that too. But man, it's not easy. How easy is just to give up? It's too easy. But man, in my mind, it isn't, because I don't want to. Scared to fail? Absolutely. But failing means that you tried. You cannot fail if you don't try. That's impossible. Your standards can never be met if you never have them in the first place. Be realistic, sure, but that doesn't mean don't have them. So, if you are struggling, or if you might in the future, if you did, I hope you are happy. I hope you will become happy, and I hope you will be able to persevere through this. Because it isn't easy. And you have to pat yourself on the back for every good thing that you do, good thing that you are. Even if you don't believe it, you have to just be kind to yourself. Because you've been through a lot. People may tell you that you haven't, but I must guarantee you that you have. You're still alive, aren't you? Maybe struggling, do some things that you probably are not proud of. Like maybe you're smoking too much, you think, drinking too much, but here you are still. You're not giving up. Take your time. Be kind to yourself. Be happy for the things that you are, or be happy for the things that you are not. You could always be better. I could always be better, but you and I could both be worse as well. And that's gotta come for something, right? Having less of negatives is having potentially like a positive, you know? So I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying because I believe I can do something. And if you do too, I wish you the best. And maybe we'll meet with someday. And if you don't believe in me, I'm excited to prove you wrong. I'm a really competitive person, so hope you're ready to see me succeed. Sometimes that's what you have to say to the world when you wake up. I hope you're ready to see me succeed. I hope you're ready to see me not give up. And you better not get tired of it, because it's gonna be a long fucking ride. So I'm gonna try my best. I believe in myself. I'm gonna try my best. And if I cannot make it as big of an impact as I want to, that's fine. Sometimes the world doesn't want to change. They don't. Many people don't like changing. Bettering the educational system, so we're actually teaching things that are valuable, like taxes, how to do them, how to not get scammed, mortgage, loans, credit card, paying bills, things that people should know, or that should be mandatory for people to know, but just aren't. System is broken beyond what many people may think that it is. Arguing about stupid shit, not focusing on problems like that. Sad, man. Sad world out there. Sad world out there. That's why we have to make a difference on it. Sometimes it's gonna feel like it's you against the world, baby, and sometimes it's just gonna feel even worse than that. It's gonna be like the movie 300, except it's just you fighting against those 1,000 Spartans or however many there was. 1,000 Persians. Sorry, something like that. I'm no historian, but that's what makes the story even that more impressive. Just don't be an asshole. Just please, if you're gonna succeed, don't be an asshole. To people that are assholes, sure, but there are people out there who probably could benefit from your help. Some of them just need a chance to prove themselves, and you might just be the one to give it to them. That does sound nice. Hopefully, I can do that someday, too. I hope to, at least. But yeah, I think that's all I think that's all I have for today. So, if you're gonna believe in your dreams, die believing, because living in a nightmare is much worse. Knowing that you stood up to something that people fear to even try to stand up to, it's pretty damn cool. It's a hell of a story to tell wherever we go next. And if we don't go anywhere, then so be it. At least we had a story ready, right? But yeah, temptation is gonna be tough. To give up, to do something else, it's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be fucking hell. It's gonna be fucking tough. But you got this. Anyone can do it. You've probably seen people out there who make it, and you're like, how the fuck does that person make it? Or you've seen TV shows out there, and you're like, what the that got a TV show? Maybe it's just life trying to tell you something. So, with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to another episode of the Off the Roast podcast. I'm your host Gregory, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you everyone for listening. If you could download it, follow us on Twitter or whatever, it's completely up to you. I appreciate everyone for even listening to this, really do. And I hope to see some of you someday. Take care, everyone. I wish you the best. Peace out, and stay tuned for the next episode of our podcast, which hopefully is going to be at least the three of us talking about some more serious topics as well that we're going to tackle. If you have any recommendations for topics that you want us to talk about, please let us know in the comments, Twitter or Messenger or whatever way that you would like to communicate with us. Please do let us know. And that's it. Thank you for listening. Peace out.